Welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're off to Powelltown. Powelltown is in the mountain ash timber country of Victoria, Australia, and 85 kilometres or 52 miles east of the state capital Melbourne and 15 kilometres or just 9 miles southeast of Yarra Junction. The first settlement was established in 1901 when A. H. Blake founded the first timber mill known as Blake's Mill. Later, a larger mill was constructed and completed in 1913 by the Victorian Powell Wood Processing Company to harvest hardwood mountain ash in the Little Yarra Valley to fill its new government contracts. The post office opened around 1904 as Blake's, and the settlement was renamed Powelltown in 1912. Powelltown was a company town with housing, a boarding house, a mess room, and by 1914 there was a general store, a hall, billiards room, and the children were schooled at Gilderoy. An independent order of Oddfellows Lodge and a public hall were opened in 1917, and the prosperous 1920s saw churches, sporting facilities, and membership of the local football league. In 1919, the company had built a state primary school. The late 1920s and the 1930s were marked by a timber workers' dispute, a decline in timber cutting, and the recovery of timber as the Depression lifted. The devastating Black Friday bushfire in January 1939 destroyed many bridges and forest tramways, but Powelltown survived relatively well. An increased demand for timber during wartime kept Powelltown going, and the road from Yarra Junction was improved. The railway was dismantled in 1945. During the 1950s, the ownership of land was transferred from the company to the residents. By the mid-1950s, however, saw logs were becoming scarce, and the main mill was destroyed by fire in 1976. It was replaced by a smaller mill employing fewer workers. Powelltown has a football and netball club, sawmill, a government's forest office, a general store, local bar or pub, a union church, a public hall, and a recreation reserve. The school unfortunately closed in 1993. The Powelltown Union Church was erected and opened in 1927. It was built by local volunteer labour from the district timber mills. Today I can state that it is being well managed by locals, and they do have dinners and market days held at the hall and also at the church, and well worth going to. Now, just a quick note, all the credits and information I'm provided, including the old footage, that'll all be in links in the description below.
So there are some plaques around that mentions the history of historic buildings, and this is just one of them. So as you can see, the church grounds are really well maintained by the locals, which is just terrific.
Well, it isn't shy.
Now here we have a pretty cool looking shack. For a weekend away, she is a beauty. And this is right in the middle of the town. Wow. Check out the mill. Wow. She is fantastic. So it's the Powelltown sawmill. Very good. And across the road we have 2 stores, and maybe with some of the older photos we might be able to match them up. So you've got, that one looks quite new, with the word Little Yarra written on it. This one's got a bit of age, the 1633, and I've got a sneaking suspicion, but I could be wrong, where the white, I think it's a Mazda van, used to be the service station or the garage of the place, but I'm not 100% sure, because it looks like this is the only 3 sort of locations for the store. Oh, she's having a bit of a dance, having a good time. Yeah, this is the one I think might be the old garage, but I'm not 100% sure. This thing here, I'm not sure. And once again we have the customary Telstra payphone that you won't see in any large city, but definitely in the rural townships. Now check out this garden art. It's terrific. Needs a little bit of work, but the shell is there. So this is the old garage, but this looks a lot more modern than the one I saw in the historical photos. So even the modern one looks like it's out of business. Didn't have any bowsers to show, so they've all been removed. And here's the Powelltown Recreation Reserve. We'll go have a sticky beak up there, see what's up there. Wow, check out the setting for the local football and netball club. That's terrific. And once again, these country towns, they really maintain their sporting fields. This one particularly, look how lush the green grass is. That'd make a lot of Melbourne suburban sporting sort of ovals envy. It's fantastic. That looks great. Playground at the back, scoreboard centre of your screen now. Those homes there in the centre of your screen now, they've got a pretty good view of the oval, and it's directly behind the timber mill. And there's the public toilets. So the CFA, or the Country Fire Authority, their office or their building is right next door to the timber mill. There's a little plaque there. Let's read what the plaque says. So the Powelltown Satellite Fire Station Opened in 2009. Huh. Check out that cool little cottage. It's terrific. There's some really nice cottages around here, and they're really well maintained. So it's just across the road from the church. Nice mural next door to the pub. Okay, so here we are at the Public Hall and State School. And let's have a look. So there is a plaque here for those who enjoy a bit of history, something to read. You've got the Angling Club. She's a beauty. It's a bit of a side view. I'm assuming that's the hall. Or that could actually be the school. Not a bad building. Very good. Obviously it's somewhere where you can come, park up. Not sure if you can camp here, but there are public toilets, which I'll show you just on the other side of these shrubs, which is right there. So this is also directly opposite sort of the pub. So you can actually walk here from the pub quite easily. And once again, you're behind the timber mill. Interesting how they've got to keep them wet. I'm only guessing to think that that might be something to do with them not catching on fire or maintaining moisture in them to make them easy to cut. Not sure. Know nothing about the timber industry, and I'm only speculating. So there you go. It's a very scenic area. The roads are quite narrow, but very pretty to ride on and to do forward driving. Very popular with motorcyclists. Since being here, I would say that over 100 motorbikes have been passed, and I've just been a bit too slow with capturing them zooming past. Well, they're not actually zooming, they're actually going quite slow and taking in the scenery. So here we are at another display at this timber town. This is called a log bogey. Let's have a closer look. So once again, there's a bit of a information sort of display about how these were being used. How's that for a trestle bridge? I guess when it came to building the actual railway, for the transport of these logs, they had all their stuff right here. Just do it at the mill and make it yourself. The only thing I guess they would have had to bring in was the tracks. And from my understanding, they also built their own steam engine. So as you can see, a couple of guys on their motorbikes, or girls, I can't tell, they've got helmets on. People with their four-wheel drives. Terrific. So as I might have mentioned earlier, not sure, there's a lot of walking tracks here, and it relates to that tram line that used to bring in all the logs to the mill. There's a bathroom right there.
Now I do have to jump in here and apologise. Unfortunately, I'd love to be able to say there was a problem with the equipment that I had, but no, it was the user that stuffed up and that was me, so I do apologise. Basically all I'm saying is you can get right into the bushland. There's a lot of tracks to ride a motorbike on or drive a car. You don't need a four-wheel drive to get to most of these locations. The scenery is spectacular. The wildlife is in abundance, especially with the birds. There's a lot of walking tracks off this particular road that I'm on now, and as you can see, people do venture out this way. And finally, if you do like the video, by all means click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent, but it helps out the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day.